Hey there, my name is Porsha Lauri. Welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. And we are back at it today. I promised you guys I would finish this series and that's what I'm gonna do. So today we are watching once again, Spinning Out. If this is your first time watching Spinning Out with me, this is a Netflix show that came out in 2019 or 2020, I don't quite remember. And unfortunately, it only has one season. I debated for a while if I was going to finish off watching it and decided ultimately to do it based on how much feedback I got from you guys. So thank you if you've been enjoying this series. I am going to finish off the last episodes, which is 3 through 8. And to kind of make this go a little bit faster, I'm going to be doubling up episodes. So in this video, we are going to be watching Spinning Out episodes 3 and 4. So make sure you grab a snack, grab something to drink, get some water, because we're gonna be here for a little bit. So if you haven't been on my channel before or you don't know my background, I was a figure skater from the time I was basically born until I was 18. I was never of like Olympic level. I'm not going to play with you. I did not skate in the top elite of elites, but I skated for a very long time. I know what that culture is like within skating, and this is kind of me, you know, fact checking some of this stuff, you know, at least what I'm familiar with. If you haven't already, make sure you go and check out my other 2 videos I have on Spinning Out where I watched episode 1 and 2. And I also have a video on one of my favorite ice skating movies ever, Ice Princess, starring Michelle Trachtenberg and my girl Kim Cattrall. And that will be linked down in the description box below, as well as my other 2 Spinning Out videos. So if you haven't checked those out yet, make sure you give those a watch as well. So let's just get back into Spinning Out. I kind of don't remember where we were at. I think the important thing that I remember is that our main character is finally going to skate with her partner, and we're going to start establishing that relationship and how they're going to work together. I also don't remember anybody's names, and I just really need to get back into the swing of doing this. So I'm just gonna go straight into it. We'll figure out the names as we go. I apologize in advance because I'm probably gonna be annoying. As always, if you enjoy listening to my opinions on all things pop culture, music, movies, TV show, figure skating, do me a solid and drop a like on this video, then run over to that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it so you'll be notified every time I upload. And I also think it's kind of funny because the Olympics are going on at the time that I'm filming this, and I haven't watched any of it. So here's my little fill of figure skating. It's opening on what looks like kids doing pairs. I think this is supposed to be Justin, that's his name. I think this is supposed to be Justin when he was younger, probably with his first partner. I think I established in the last episode, but I really don't like this guy. I feel like this episode is going to be more Justin backstory since we have a lot of background information on Kat. That's the main character. See, I told you I'd get there eventually. Oh, the would-have been, could-have been partner. This girl's trying to get in her head. I can't tell if this girl's being genuine or if she's trying to be a douche. Oh shit. The coach was like, if you want to do, skate. If you want to, don't, leave. I love that. I know people give a bad rap to coaches and they're like, they're too hard on their students. And as some are, don't get me wrong. But this lady's she's got a pretty good heart. I think it comes from a place of genuine caring. I wonder how old they are supposed to be. Okay, so I never skated pairs. I did skate team dance. I think I threw in some pictures the last time I did a video on this, but I'll throw them up again. But I never did pairs where they're like, you know, being lifted over your head and stuff. I have been put in lifts before. I never did this style of skating, and I for sure never did it when I was ice skating. But anyway, when we hear about like Olympians, like for most of the single skaters, they tend to be teenagers, like they're very young. And I don't know how old these characters are supposed to be, but it's kind of weird to me that they're like of an older age bracket, because like, I don't know, much like dance and like other performance-driven sports, they tend to not prey on younger people, but younger people tend to be the people that get to go to the Olympics and stuff. And I wonder why the age demographic is so much different in pairs. If anybody has a background in pair skating, if you did ice skating, roller skating, whatever, maybe you could give me some background as to why like the ages are so much different. Is that because it takes longer to get in a gel with your partner? Do people find pairs partners later on in life? Like, I just don't really know what the culture is around pair skating. That's something I'm not familiar with. So if anyone watching has any insight, please let me know down below your thoughts. What was your experience? I know how to do some of these looks. Like me and my old partner were experimenting with doing pairs, but we never like committed and did it. But we could do like a press, which is the one that they've been working on in this scene. And we could do an airplane, which you guys have seen in like Dirty Dancing or Crazy Stupid Love, that lift. But I never learned how to do a cartwheel, which he called a star, but it's the same thing. And then there's tons of other lifts that I've never done, but those are the two that I have experience with. Oh, and I forgot her best friend is recovering from an injury. She wasn't supposed to be skating on it, but she was anyway. So in the first or second episode, the doctor was like, you gotta stop skating. And she was like, I'm not gonna do that. But I guess she's been working on like her physical therapy aspect, and he's saying she should be fine. So 2 episodes later, it's resolved. Oh shit, that's my boy, Johnny Weir. Loved him on Dancing with the Stars. Johnny Weir skating with the other girl. Cool. Their choreographer is giving me big, like, Bring It On vibes, like, these are gold. It's very expensive. So in ice skating, I think I talked about this last time, but you'll have several different coaches for several different aspects of your skating career, and a choreographer is one of them. That's not a big roller skating thing, but it's definitely huge in ice skating. Oh no, she did the thing that you're not supposed to do. She looked at the ground. Oh my God, he got one cut and he's like, it's not working. But also, this is why I would never do ice skating pairs, would only do roller skating pairs, because those blades, man, dangerous. No thanks. Remember what happened in the first episode? That still is haunting my nightmares. Keep that in mind as you continue to watch this series with me, that there could be moments of that might be triggering to you. Please watch at your own discretion. She does such a good job of really like making this believable. Like this moment where she's hurting herself, could see her have this like release of tension, and that's super sad, but very well depicted on screen. Primrose Everdeen. I'll never remember her name in this show. I really like how she's talking through like her bipolar and what it's like to kind of go through meds and stuff. I think that's really interesting. I don't know much about bipolar besides what I've seen in the media, which most of the time is really inaccurate. And I really like their dynamic, the 2 sisters. So interesting. Also, why are skating rink bathrooms always disgusting? Like no matter where you go, roller skating, ice skating, I don't care. They're always disgusting and rusted, and like obviously all the funds go into maintaining the ice, but like, dude, the bathroom. She took some of her meds, but not all of them. And I think she took the ones that her daughter were describing as mania-inducing. Yikes. Whoa. Coach put her in her place. As I've said before, he gives me the creeps, and I can't really decide if he's really doing what people think he's doing, what Kat thinks he's doing, or if he is just like this. I don't know. Oh my God. Skating bombs. So dramatic. I hate that she idolizes Justin skating so much, because she is just as talented and just as capable. She basically just came in from home from work and asked her coach, like, what do you think is going to happen? Is he going to drop me as his partner? I really like this coach. And I think she's then going to go talk to Justin about their interactions and how he can help her to be good at this. So one thing I do know is I spent a majority of my skating career skating alone, and learning to skate with a partner was a really big learning curve. If you have a good partner, they will coach you through the parts that you need to improve on. See, I told you she was going to confront Justin. Ooh. The coach just stranded them and told them, deal with your issues and we'll skate tomorrow. So they took a lift from where they got stranded and they went to his childhood diner, which obviously means they're gonna have some kind of close bonding lunch. I don't know. Also, this whole thing of like the coach doing this, I don't know if that's realistic. Maybe it happened to someone somewhere where their coach did this kind of like elaborate ruse to get them to bond, but like, you know, this is like TV show stuff. Like, this isn't real. Maybe it happened to somebody somewhere, but like not on average. I can't decide if this girl is like speaking truth or if she's out here just stirring the pot. Like, just, she's got an oar and she's fucking stirring the whole rink. Also, she was talking about how Mitch was like supposedly involved with his last student. So more creepster vibes, but we still, nothing's like for sure. So I'm like, I don't know where this storyline's going. They're having lunch and bonding. I didn't call you a man. And the meatloaf is good. Told you they were gonna bond. Love triangle, is that what we're aiming for right now? Because she already slept with Justin before, that established in episode 2. And she's got a thing for Marcus that was also established in episode 1 and 2. Now that he knows who his partner is, Marcus is like, oh no, oh hell no. So Jen came over and told Kat that they're gonna go break into Mitch's house based on what she heard from that other girl. Which this is obviously gonna blow up in their faces. Because duh. So now Mitch is talking to Kat and Primrose Everdean's mom. Oh, Serena. That's her name. So she apologized to Mitch about the whole muffin thing. So he claims his last student had a rough time with eating and food, and that's why he yelled at her about her yelling at her daughter about her nutrition. Which, there's a lot to unpack there. What do you mean by that statement? Cut to Justin's party with a bunch of hipsters. Okay, so these flashbacks of Justin, I'm gonna assume it has something to do with like attachment or detachment issues. He's like excited about Kat getting there, but she's not there. So he spent, I don't know, 5 minutes looking for her at the party and then couldn't find her, so gave up and started drinking. Granted, she is supposed to be there by now, but oh. Are they gonna fight? It would be too cliche, please don't. So now Jen and Kat are trying to break into Mitch's trailer. This is a terrible idea, but a TV show got a TV show. What are you thinking you're gonna find? He has divorce papers. Adultery. This doesn't prove anything. Oh, and she just hurt her hip. Oh man, this is all kinds of bad. Oh. What is happening right now? Are we playing chicken with a car? And that's supposed to be fun? Rich boys with emotional problems. I'm not saying that that story isn't valid or exists. I'm just saying I'm bored of watching it. These interactions with Kat and her mom are really rough because they're emotionally like hurtful, but I mean, they feel realistic, you know? So Serena went to his trailer alone, which is super inappropriate. So she went over there and she was just disappointed about the fact that this was only a trial period, and so she feels like she doesn't know if this is for sure gonna be her coach or not. But that's like not the most important thing I got from that conversation. Oh, now the mom's looking at all these photos on Serena's Instagram and she's getting all like, I know she's thinking about it now. Whoa, and then she just quit her job. So of course, what's his face is late for practice again. She walked in her skating dress all the way to his little penthouse apartment. She's like, no, I'm not getting stood up again. You're gonna get your ass to this practice rink and lift me in the air. Damn. Kat gave it to him like he deserved. He is being overly dramatic about her missing a party, which also tells me that most likely he has a crush on Kat. Now I just went to a flashback. Oh, Justin's mom was in a car accident. So the mom we see is his stepmom, not his actual mom. Got it. Oh, that is sad. I knew they were gonna give him some real sad backstory to make up for how much of a douche he is. It doesn't, but it helps. It was a nice. So the coach is the same coach he's had basically his whole life, which is pretty true to form. That happens a lot in skating. And she tells him that, you know, it's harder to care. It's harder when you care, and he hasn't cared about anyone in a long time. So I think that's, yeah. She basically came to the same conclusion I did, which is he probably does have a little baby crush on her, but he at least likes her. They're gonna get this lift by the end of this episode, right? We got like 3 minutes, like 2 at this point. But she did it. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's move on into episode 4. Oh, okay. So this episode, we're getting flashbacks of the mom. So they're practicing and her mom's just like hovering, literally. Looks like they're kind of improving. She's so distracted. I think I mentioned this in previous episodes, but in ice skating, there's certain tests you have to pass in order to skate a certain category. So that's what they're talking about in this scene. So Kat went up to the stands to talk to her mom, tell her to get out of here. I relate to Kat a lot. I didn't like my mom when she would watch me either, even though she was there 99% of the time. And it's nothing against my mom. It was just felt like easier when she wasn't there. And I think that's because I think Kat probably feels similar to how I felt, which is just like, I want to impress you. I want to be perfect. And sometimes it's hard to try to be perfect when you're hovering. I don't think, my mom wasn't like this, mom, don't get me wrong, but that's how it felt when I was a teenager. Kat's a whole ass woman, so I don't really know her hang up exactly, but I assume it's something like that. I think her mom knows damn well what she's doing is annoying. So they're taking an acting class together, which is pretty common. Not the acting classes. I've never heard of doing this, but I have heard of partners like going to learn how to like ballroom dance together just to like further bond. Back with the skating moms. So the story is supposedly about Mitch is that his wife was cheating, not him, and that the student did have an eating disorder and he took her to rehab. That's the story so far. Ooh, that was nice. That was a very nice combo. Triple flip, double toe. It's a nice combo. Oh, Jen's got something to prove. Oh, because they're probably skating against each other at this point. She did a triple lutz, 2 double toes. That probably hurt her immensely. Yep. Moms out here sabotaging kids. Subtle put down, but not so subtle. Again, these things are all prevalent. They're all realistic, and it's sad. What's Marcus got going on? He's a skier. Cute. She just asked him out on a date? Ooh, damn! Marcus comes with the bars! She is gaslighting. I think she's in a support group right now. So basically this meeting is telling her that she had a coping mechanism with her, how she dealt with her mom and her mood swings. And this, I assume, therapist is suggesting that she open herself up because not everyone is her mother and it's time to let go of that coping mechanism because it's no longer needed. Which I think is solid advice. I remember in ice skating, we did this in roller skating too, don't get me wrong, but there's a really big emphasis on off skates training. Like you're gonna practice your jumps, you're gonna take ballet classes or any kind of dance classes, and they really do help. Basically, Jen is kind of bonding with Serena over the shitty skating moms. This is nice of her to go out of her way to say, hey, don't take that shit seriously. Focus on yourself, which is good skating like tips. I enjoyed skating so much, and the competition factor is fun. I know I've kind of talked shit about it, but like it is fun to compete. What's not fun is that side of it, this gossipy side that like it's never gonna go away, but if we call it out more, it's going to be less prevalent. I don't think there's anything wrong with competing against someone else to see who has better skills, you know? I think that's cool. Okay, so now we're getting another flashback of Carol. And at this point, she's had Kat because Kat's in the ice rink crying and she turned up the music not to hear her. So I think that goes to show she really resented her first child. And that's why she treats Kat the way she does. Also, she quit her job, so I'm wondering what the next plan of action is. Mitch invited Carol for coffee? Does Mitch like Carol? Maybe he does. That would be kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I can understand why this show got canceled. For as many conflicts as they're having, like I find this to be moving at a snail's pace. But look at that, Kat showed up for her coworker Marcus / friend / crush? Maybe? Liar. They have such a cute connection. I really like them. They're not gonna end up together though, I just know it. Does Mitch like Carol, or is this his weird way to get closer to Serena? I'm not giving up this creepster vibe I'm getting. Ooh, I relate to that. That's how I felt a lot as a kid. Not that I was trying to escape something, just like I was really shy. Skating was the thing that I wasn't shy about. But not all the time. That wasn't like consistent all the time, but it made me feel good. I miss skating so much. Oh my God. I should do it more and like, I don't know. Now I've built up fears around it. I was so fearless as a kid. I'm not fearless anymore. I could break a hip at any time, you know? I'm getting old. Kat and Carol both on dates. That's kind of funny. There's a line. Let's cut to the front. Is Jen flirting with Justin? She did call him cute back in like episode 1 or something. He is jealous. Whatever, he had his chance. Brides are cool. He's super trying to flirt with her. I don't know if it's the same for boys as girls, but I remember dating was frowned upon because it would distract you from your skating, which like is true to some degree, but also you just gotta let kids be kids and like, I don't know, let their hormones like, you know, hormone. This lady sucks. She got her dig in too. Yikes. I mean, I'm not gonna encourage like women against women, but to be fair, like she started it, so that is a weird relationship with skating. She said, skating's like breathing. I don't always like it, but I can't imagine not doing it. That's kind of, I don't know. It's interesting perspective. And if she feels like she's drowning if she's not doing it at all. Yeah, the metaphor did get dark. I appreciate her truth though, even though it's a little bizarre. Are they ever going to fucking kiss? She's fucking right. Finally, Kat puts Justin in his place. This guy sucks. I've been saying that, right? Since the beginning. Like, I haven't wavered on the fact that Justin sucks, right? Oh, update, still bored. I'm sorry. Maybe this is just a bad episode. Episode 3 was better, but episode 4 is so boring. Have I mentioned how much I like Mandy? She's really trying to connect with him, and he's really pushing her away. I'm telling you. Oh, man, she's the best. I really like Mandy. I thought that was an important talk that she had with Justin. And I like that people keep relaying to him, you're not an asshole. Your behavior is asshole-like. And I think that's important because then it keeps it in perspective. And I think it allows more room for that person to then change based off of those thoughts. So I really personally appreciate how everyone's approaching this and how they keep relaying to him, you don't have to be this person. You're just acting this way. Oh, Marcus decided to join the ski team. Oh, he was gonna go to Stanford? So he quit based on what Kat said, but that means he can't go back to medical school. Uh-oh. I feel like this is a bad idea. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Justin also texted her. So Marcus and Justin both texted her. So Jen's talking to her parents. I think she was gonna talk about her injury. And then before she can get that out, her parents are like, we hired this jump coach that you really wanted. Now she just feels guilty. Oh, her parents are very sweet. Oh man, that's a lot. Oh shit, Carol and Mitch were making out. She brought him home. Serena's gonna flip. So she's trying to stop what was going on with Mitch in an effort to not screw up things for Serena. Oh, thank God this episode's almost over. So Justin invited Kat out to this like outdoor, I'm assuming they're gonna skate because he said to bring her skates. Oh, yep, he is still hung up on her. Wow, look at him opening up. I'm impressed. So basically they hooked up and he called her the next day, which he doesn't normally do, but he thought they had a connection and she never called him back, so he was hurt. And that is why he's been acting the way he is. And that makes sense. I really hope they don't hook up again though. I really feel like that's where this could be going. I want to show you something. He's totally gonna try to kiss her. Oh look, an outdoor rink, yeah. So he brought her to a place that his mom used to bring him to, which is like so cliche romance movie, TV show shit. And I really hate that. No one's ever taken me to any special place that their parents went. I'm a 31-year-old, so I think if that were to ever happen, it would have happened by now. And I'm not saying that's never happened to anyone. I'm just saying it's very TV bullshit. Oh, the star lift. Very nice. Now I know it's obviously a lot on the guy to do the heavy lifting, but there's a lot that goes into it being a girl. Oh my God, you gotta work on that core. You gotta keep yourself up once you're up there, you know what I mean? Nice, death spiral. I don't know if they're called that in ice skating. Like I've mentioned it before, but ice skating terminology I'm not great on. Uh-oh, don't you dare kiss Justin right now when you still haven't kissed Marcus. Don't you dare. Okay. I was about to be fly off the handle. Well, that was episode 3 and 4. So basically, to wrap it up, what we've learned so far, Kat and Justin are, starting their skating career together, and they're in training right now to pass their senior pairs test so that they can then skate regionals and begin their competitive career. Kat went on a kind of an official date with Marcus, but it didn't end in a kiss. It was an almost again. And she kind of lightweight convinced him to join the ski team, which may or may not be a bad decision based on the fact that he had to basically drop out of medical school to do it. So that's a whole other layered issues going on there. We still don't know for sure what happened with Mitch, but it's understood that he was married and divorced and his wife was cheating on him, and he was coaching a skater at the time who had to go to rehab due to an ED. Jury's still out on whether or not he's actually a creep or if he just appears as a creep. He also went on an official date with Carol, and they almost hooked up after, but she managed to stop it because she knows that that's a pattern for her and she doesn't want to mess up things for her daughter, which is growth a little bit. Kat and Carol are still not getting along and are butting heads a lot, but I think that that's going to be a common theme for the entire season. And Jen is still dealing with her hip injury, which it looked like it was getting better, and then it looks like she re-injured it when they had broken into Mitch's place. So we'll kind of see how that goes. It looked like she was gonna have a real talk with her parents about maybe not skating anymore due to this injury, and then that got negated due to the fact that her parents hired this really expensive jumps coach for her, so we'll see how that ultimately develops. And we also saw a brief mention of Justin's brothers meeting Serena, and one of them definitely has a crush on her. He was checking her out, saying really silly stuff. So I think we might see a romance develop in that department as well. But that's where we're at. The next time I'll be coming back to Spinning Out, we will be watching episodes 5 and 6. And I'm thinking by summer, like, we're gonna be wrapping up the show. So let me know, as always, what you think in the comments. What was your favorite parts of the episodes? What are you looking forward to in the rest of the season? And let's talk some more about skating. Again, if anyone watching has any skating background experience, please drop your stories in the comments below. Let's all share. Let's learn from each other. And especially if you have pair-specific background, I want to know what it was like for you. What did you and your partner do to bond? Tell me all about it in the comments. As always, if you enjoy my opinion on all things skating and anything pop culture related, do me a solid and drop a like on this video, then run over to that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it so you can be notified every time I upload. I'm active on all the social medias. I will have them linked in the description. Come hit me up. If you want behind the scenes stuff, you can always follow me on Instagram. I'm at Porsha Lauri pretty much everywhere. And I think that's gonna do it for me today. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.